So you may have seen many similarities between how users and nodes work. With users, we can add additional fields, and with content types, we can add additional fields. The word that's used to describe both of these things is entity. Users are entities, and nodes are entities. You can think of an entity as a piece of data that's extendable with fields, or you could say that it's fieldable. The difference between users and nodes is that there are content types for nodes, but there aren't any user types for users. What this means is that if we extend a user by adding a field to it, that it will add that field for every user that we have. Currently, we really only have one kind of user, which are staff or employees of Magnificent. But it's very easy to anticipate that in the future there will be other kinds of users, people that will log on to the site to view which tours they are registered for, or to leave feedback or participate in a forum of some kind. And for those users, the position field isn't going to make a lot of sense. There's a contributed module available called Profile. Let's pull that up. There's Profile 2 and Profile, but we really want just Profile. This module provides user types, and if this module had a stable release, it might be a viable option for what we're trying to achieve. But in doing some testing with Profile, I ran into some problems that we really can't work around right now. The second possible solution for this is to use a content type and then associate a user with that content type with something called a reference field. Doing this is a lot like having a user type. We're associating a piece of content with some fields with a particular user, and we can use the same kind of permissions for it. So we can allow some users to edit their node that contains their user information and not allow others to do that. As far as I know, there's not that kind of granular permission in Profile. So even if Profile was ready to use, there's still some solid use cases for using a content type instead. Let's clear this up before we move on to the next step and delete this position field.